through the Jalagram program. Out of 54 irrigation projects envisaged under the program, 14 have been completed and others are in progress. Pula Subia Veligonda project, Sangam Barrage, Nellore Barrage, Basundhara Phase 2, Basundhara Nagabadi Link, Oak Second Tunnel will be completed this year. My government has also accelerated efforts for completion of Polavaram project by December 2021, along with land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement. All other ongoing projects will be completed in the next 4 years. My government is initiating steps to take up Raisalema drought mitigation project, speeding up of Uttara Andhra Srujana Shravanti, enhancing the capacity of Polavaram right main canal to 50,000 cubic to take care of Krishna Delta, NSP Ayakat and Dratpun Raisalema, Nellore and Prakasam. Energy. My government recognizes that the health of the distribution utilities DISCOM is of utmost importance for survival and efficient functioning of the state energy sector. It would not be out of place to mention that owing to the previous government's neglect of the sector and the under-release of subsidy to the DISCOMs were forced to borrow heavily to sustain and this has jeopardized the whole sector. Bearing in mind the need to bail out the sector, my government has provided a huge financial assistance to the tune of rupees 17,904 crores towards not just the current year's subsidy component but also for the sector's dues that pertain to the period of previous government. Another issue of concern is the financial burden of subsidizing agricultural power consumption. The annual agricultural consumption is close to 12,221 MUs for the year 2020-21, leading to a subsidy requirement of close to rupees 8,354 crores. Given the yearly increase in agricultural consumption, the subsidy amount is likely to increase to alarming levels during the next few years. Keeping this in mind, my government has come up with a scheme of significantly reducing the average cost of purchasing power that is supplied to agriculture by leveraging on huge solar energy generation potential in the state by developing solar power project on BOT model to the tune of 10,000 MWP. The power from these projects would be adequate for the agricultural consumption and ensure substantially of the sector as the cost of supply of power would be significantly lower. Industrialization and strategic infrastructure development. We are committed to drive rapid industrialization of our state through competitive industrial policies and investing in strategic infrastructure. We have already hit the ground by initiating the process for clearing rupees 4,000 crores of pending industrial incentives of the previous government, signaling our commitment. To encourage new industrial investment, we will release a new industrial policy very soon. We have allotted land to more than 1,466 companies through APIAC. This represents a committed investment of INR 11,548 crores. 39 large and mega industries have cumulatively invested even more INR 24,000 crores, generating almost 36,810 jobs. 13,122 MSMEs have started operation, investing more than INR 2,500 crores and generating about 63,897 jobs. To position MSMEs for growth, we have launched the YSR Navodayam scheme for a one-time restructuring of MSMEs loans. Being an agrarian state, we have tremendous opportunity to leverage our agricultural resources, using them for higher values addition activities and job creation. Hence, we consider food processing a priority industrial sector. We plan to introduce a new food processing policy. A key feature will be setting up new food processing zones in each parliamentary constituencies. Strategic economic infrastructure will facilitate accelerated economic growth. My government is striving to build and strengthen infrastructure that enhances trade. We are striving to operationalize two major industrial corridors, namely Visakhapatnam-Chennai Industrial Corridor and the Chennai-Bengaluru Industrial Corridor. Corridor development will strengthen connectivity and existing industries such as textile, pharma, food processing, and also allow for setting up of new ones. We are expanding construction of the Bhogapuram International Airport in Vijayanagram and completion of airport at Urvukulu, Kurnool. We have already entered into an rupees 2,300 crore partnership agreement with GMR Airport Limited to develop the Bhogapuram Airport. Our state has the second longest coast, stretching 974 kilometers. We see an opportunity to transform our state into a maritime trading hub for Southeast Asia. We intend to strengthen our 6 ports and taking up construction of 3 new ports at Ramayapatam, Machalipatam and Bhavanapatu. 8 fishing harbors will be constructed in 3 years at a cost of rupees 3,200 crores. Corruption-free governance. My government is firmly committed to clean and corrupt-free governance and has taken several measures to achieve it. Reverse tendering for public works has resulted in savings of around 2,200 crores. Under the Spandana initiative, any citizen can register a complaint about corrupt practices by public servants. The complaints are then transferred to the Anti-Corruption Bureau for redressal. COVID. My government has been taking effective steps to contain the spread of COVID-19 and stand ahead of other states in the number of tests conducted. From just one lab, my government has increased the number of testing labs to 13. About 15,000 tests are being conducted per day, and it tops the national average among the states by conducting over 5.5 lakh tests and more than 10,000 tests per million. The mortality rate is much lower than that of national average, and the recovery rate is highest than national average. There are 5 dedicated COVID-19 hospitals, and the district 65 hospitals are dedicated for corona patients. We have 38,000 isolation beds, 15,000 equipped with oxygen supply, and 5,400 ICU beds, of which 1,300 have ventilator facilities. About 24,000 doctors and 24,500 paramedical staff are working round the clock in affected areas, and we have demarcated red, green and orange zones as per requirements of the containment strategy. Our village ward volunteers, staff of village ward secretariats, medical personnel, police, municipal staff, revenue, electricity and other staff have done a wonderful job and stood in the front line in containing the spread of COVID-19. During the lockdown, essential commodities including additional rations of 5 kg rice per head and 1 kg dal per card 2 times a month, along with one-time assistance of rupees 1,000 were delivered to households. To address the migrant labour issue, my government set up over 400 relief centres to help provide food, shelter and basic amenities to over 1.2 lakh migrant workers. APRST buses and Shramik special trains were utilized to transport over 3.2 lakh stranded workers to their homes, both in AP and in other states, free of cost. Free food was provided to the workers while they were on the road. Workers returning to their homes in rural Andhra Pradesh are being provided additional MG NREJ jobs to help them earn an income. My government has spent rupees 2,200 crore towards market intervention and purchased agricultural production from farmers during COVID and facilitated in exports marine. The volunteers have conducted 4 rounds of household survey, and we followed the norm of trace, test and treat is still going on. My government firmly believes that we have to live with corona in the coming days and have opened up economy, keeping the safety rooms as the wheels of economy have to roll on. All these measures have helped Andhra Pradesh achieve a low mortality rate, a low positivity rate and a much higher recovery rate than most of the states. Legislations. My government has legislated path-breaking laws which will usher in social, economic and political justice in the strictest sense. We have brought in a law setting up backward commission on a permanent basis and have provided 50% reservation to SC, ST, BC and minorities in a nominated post and nominated works and in all temple governing councils coming under the endowment department. Providing 75% reservation to locals is another landmark legislation made by my government and introduced skill development to churn our skill workforce. The important legislation my government has brought in introducing English medium from primary level as children from weaker sections study in government schools and will be at a disadvantage when they pass out of the school. This is to increase the enrollment ratio and to make them globally competitive. Though there are some hurdles, they will be cleared soon as 97% of the parents are wishing that their wards study in English medium. My government has also brought in legislation to regulate the private school and colleges which are not up to the set guidelines and standards. A judicial review commission has been formed throughout a legislation wherein all tenders over which 100 crores will undergo scrutiny by a retired High Court judge and will be finalized by the Commission. Through reverse tendering, nearly 2,100 crores was saved, which shows the sincerity of the government. The Land Titling Act will put a check on irregularities in land registration and put an end to land disputes. Disha Bill is historic legislation as it provides for a speedy trial and conviction within 21 working days, which deals with crime against women. To deal with atrocities against women and children, 18 Disha police stations have been set up. Dedicated special courts are being set up. We have amended the State Prohibition and Excise Act, giving in more teeth to implement reduced consumption of liquor. We would close down 43,000 belt shops and shut down 4,300 permit rooms and reduce the timing of sale while increasing the price to reduce the consumption of alcohol. Due to above efforts, results are visible with reduction in consumption of alcohol. We have merged the APSRTC with the government through a law taking in 51,400 employees into newly created Public Transport Department. Decentralization of administration has been the key principle based on which the legislation is in process to have a three capitals concept. Under this concept, Amaravati will be the legislative capital, while Visakhapatnam will be the executive capital, and Kurnool will be the judicial capital. While concluding, my government hopes that better days will come and the life goes on smoothly. To sum up, my government has done exceptionally well in social justice and bringing welfare schemes to the intended sections. Brought in sweeping reforms in administration, improved the healthcare system manifold. Instill confidence among the farmers, has taken measures to revamp school and hospitals. All sections are touched through the welfare and developmental schemes, and I hope this year will be still better. Joy.